Hello everyone, welcome to the class for English. And as you know, uh, we are learning English. We are learning a lesson we have completed, and we have also learned a poem. Right? As you know, we have discussed the lesson, we have discussed the poem, we also discussed the question answers that we will be taking in exam. But I have not received any query from you. This definitely does not mean that you don't have questions. But I don't know, the reason might be anything, but please ask questions so that we also know, please give us feedback so that we also know in what particular area you need more discussion and in what particular matter you want me to talk more. Anyways, as I shared with you the syllabus, we have 2 poems and 3 lessons, out of which we started with the first poem that was Stopping My Boots on a Snowy Evening, and we read the poem, we discussed the question answer. After that, we took the first lesson that was I have 3 visions for India. We have completed the lesson and we have also discussed the question answers. Meanwhile, I keep giving you the questions. You have to attempt their answers and you have to send me the pictures so that I can check them and we can discuss in that way. Anyway, I have not received any answers from your part, uh, but we should continue. So for that, as we discussed in the paper style, I have given you the paper style, the distribution of marks in which question 3 was uh, presentation skill, presentation. So that is an important question to you. It is of 13 marks. So what is it and what kind of questions will be asked from it that we are going to discuss today. Okay. So for that, I will be sharing a presentation only. So let me first share it. Yes. So we have presentation today. Firstly, uh, for this particular thing, for presentation, what kind of questions will be asked to you? See, the questions can be asked in 2 ways. First is, you can be asked to prepare a presentation, right? You will be given a topic. You will be given a topic, and on that topic, you have to prepare the presentation. You have to prepare the slides. Okay. So what happens is generally some topic is given, for example, time management. So that is the topic. Right? So what kind of presentation will you be making? How many slides will you be taking? What is the material that you will be using to make a presentation? How you will be typing the material in the slides? In what way will you be delivering the speech that you will be? Of course, you will not just be showing the slides, you will also be speaking. In what way will you be speaking at that time? So these are the general things which are to be understood. So first question is first place you can be asked to prepare a presentation on a material that has been given to you, on a topic that has been given to you. So the topic can be the name of a product. For example, a new mobile phone has been launched and you have to prepare a presentation on that new product. So any product can be given to you. A new detergent, for example, a new soap, for example, a new electrical item, for example, a new mobile phone, new laptop. This can be the question. The question can be any one topic. Time management, for example. Honesty is the best policy, for example. Presentation itself can be an example. These can be the topics, and you have to then prepare the slides. Okay? So how would you do that? See, to prepare the slide, you just have to mention on the right hand side on top, slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, in that way. Right? I expect you all to prepare at least 10 slides for a presentation, at least 10 slides. Because see, the first page is the title itself, right? And the last page is thank you. So among those 2 pages, at least 8 pages should be there between these 2 pages. So your presentation should be made up of at least 8 slides, and you don't have to draw all the slides. If you wish to draw, no problem. But you don't have to draw anything. You just have to, yes, you can draw the logo, you can draw the symbol, you can draw in order to make the presentation more attractive, in order to present in a more beautiful manner, in a more attractive manner. But there is no compulsion that you draw a lot. You basically need to show, you need to express your presentation skills. How you have understood to deliver a presentation. So that can be a kind of question. You can be given a topic on which you have to deliver a presentation, and in some cases you can also be asked a question like, what are the effective presentation skills? Or what do you understand by effective presentation skills? Right? So that is the theory. So in that theory, you have to deliver the answer, you have to write an answer. In that answer, you will be discussing the presentation skills. Okay? So this particular presentation that I have prepared on this topic, that will be full of the material that will be helpful to you in order to write that answer. So this presentation will be helpful to you not just in writing that answer of theoretical question, but also it will be helpful to you to understand in what way should you be preparing the slides. How many slides are required? How will you be delivering the presentation? How you will be using the material in the slides? All these things will be, and not just in my subject, also in the other subjects that you study online nowadays. I think all the subjects are taught to you in the with the help of presentations only. So you learn how they are made. See, all the presentations are not good presentations. And after learning this topic, after discussing this point with me, I hope you all will be able to understand the difference between a good presentation and a mediocre presentation and a bad presentation. Okay, so we are going to discuss the most relevant point today, that is presentation skills. Okay, so let us start. Firstly, see, any topic on which you are delivering a presentation, you generally start with the definition of the point. See, first slide always is the topic, effective presentation skills. And then in subtitles, you write your name because the presentation has been prepared by you. Right? After that, as you have already declared that this is the topic of your presentation, on the second slide, you firstly give the definition of your topic, of your title. Right? Now, this definition does not compulsorily have to be a particular definition that is given in some textbook or a presentation, sorry, the definition that has to be crammed. No. The definition can be something that is an easy kind of understanding of the topic. Okay? So you have to just explain what your topic is. So what our topic is presentation skills. So what its definition is? A presentation is a means of communication which can be adapted to various speaking situations such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team. A presentation is a means of communication which can be adapted to various speaking situations. Firstly, we should understand, and I think we have already understood, what communication is. Being the students of, the name of our subject is written and spoken communication. So being the student of written and spoken communication, you all must be knowing what communication is. Communication is an expression of ideas, beliefs, or thoughts, and these ideas and beliefs and thoughts are sent from one side, one party to the other side. So in this picture, you can see there is one person who is speaking, and on the other side there are four persons sitting and they are listening. So it is an expression of ideas, beliefs, or thoughts. Right? Hypothetically, it it can be understood that this one person is speaking and he is expressing his ideas and telling to the four persons who are sitting. Communication is the expression of ideas, belief and thought. This is the easiest definition of communication, right? Now, it is in this definition it is said that a presentation is a means of communication. A means. It is a means of communication. If we translate the word means, that is madhyam. A presentation is a means of communication. It is a mode through which communication is done. It can be adapted to various speaking situations. In the various speaking situations, so it is not something that is just written down. It is adapted to various speaking situations, such as talking to a group. So when you are required to talk to a group of people, the group can be small, it can be a big one. Right? So it can be used at a time while you are talking to a group of people, then addressing a meeting, right? For example, there is a meeting in which you have to deliver a presentation in which you have to discuss a point. Now, to discuss that point, you prepare a presentation in order to explain your ideas to others. So, addressing a meeting, to address a meeting, presentation can be used, or briefing a team. A team. For example, there is a project that is given to you, and with you there are four other persons. Now, being the leader of the team, you have an idea, but that idea you need to discuss with the other four persons. So you prepare a presentation in order to explain to others that this is my idea and this is how I want to do the project. So, in order to brief to a team, in order to explain them, in order to share with them your ideas, to deliver a presentation. So, I hope it is clear that in the various speaking situations, such as talking to a group, addressing a meeting, or briefing a team, right, presentation is an important means of communication. So basically, presentation is a noun, and if we understand the word that is hidden in it, that is to present, to show, to declare, to express. The presentation is the expression of your idea, the declaration of your idea. So let us proceed now. Now we know that making presentation is an integral part of any responsible professional. Any responsible professional. So whether you are working with a company, whether you are working in a corporate field, whether you are working in an academic field, you know, whether you are a salesman, whether you are a teacher, whether you are a manager, whether you are an executive, whether you are a professor, whether you are in whatever field you need to express your ideas at one or other point. Even in the most simplest manner, we can understand this, that on the very first day of your college, when you meet others, the others do not know you. So you need to express your ideas, who you are, where do you come from, what is your native place, what were your percentages, 12, etc. So that is also presentation. You just tell them. In fact, presentation is not just digital presentation that we are discussing right now, but in any form, when you declare your thoughts, your ideas in the systematic manner, it's called presentation. So now we have to also understand that you may be required to present your reports or your ideas orally, or you might require to take part in meetings, seminars, or panel discussions. So while you are in a meeting or in a seminar or in a panel discussion, you need to express your ideas more systematically. Right? So you may be asked to prepare a brief write-up sometimes, or sometimes brochures, 10 press reports, Sometimes prepare pamphlets announcing new ventures of your organization. All these involve effective communication and presentation skills. Okay. So while the communication can be oral representation as well as written presentation, oral presentation that we are discussing right now, it is oral as well as written. Always remember this thing. The presentation is oral as well as written. But the presentation that you are going to show in exam has to be written in English. You don't have to speak anything at that point of time because you have oral exam, oral test is to be conducted for you. But for our understanding, we should always remember that presentation can be oral and written. And though you write only oral presentation, written presentation in exam, you also should understand that presentation is also made up of your oral part. You also have to orally communicate while presenting your idea. So that means on one side you are showing the presentation that you have, that you are showing with the help of projector or your laptop. And on the other side, you are also speaking. So orally also you are expressing your idea. So on both these sides, the presentation is going. Now, to prepare a presentation generally, the preparation of presentation is made up of four important steps. What are those four steps? First, plan. Second, prepare. Third, practice. And fourth, present. Plan, prepare, practice, and present. So four things. First, planning. Let us understand one thing. Planning is the most important part, and it is the biggest part, we can say. The presenter who is going to deliver, the presenter is the one who is going to deliver the presentation. The presenter should plan and thoroughly prepare for the talk. He should plan and thoroughly prepare for the talk. Always remember, while presenting, you will be given a limited point of time. You will be given maybe 10 minutes or sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour. But that is for the limited period. And for that in that limited period, you have to say everything that is required. Okay? So at that particular point of time, you can't make any changes to what you are going to say. And that is why planning is required to be very important. So, while planning, what should one do? So, at the time of planning, the person should ask himself the following questions. The questions are, who is your audience? Why are they there? What is your goal? How long will it be? And where will it take place? Let us start discussing these points. First, who is your audience? This is very important because any presentation can be a successful one only if it is presented, it is delivered keeping in mind the interest and objective of the audience. So, who is your audience? What is their age? How do they understand? Why are they hearing my presentation? Why should I deliver the presentation before them? What is their objective? What are their needs? Why should they listen to me? What are the interesting points for them? How would I interest them? Why are they there? Why have they sat there? Are they sitting there for some academic purpose? Do they have to complete a project for which they are sitting there? Do they have any particular purpose or goal in their mind? Think of all these things. Because only if you do this, you understand your audience and their understanding power. Only then you will be able to speak in what way they want it to be. Sometimes this happens that you might have planned a presentation, but at the time of delivery, you from the feedback of your audience, you realize that you are not pleasing them in some of the other ways. So you need to make changes. So only if you make changes and only if you realize this thing that I should interest my audience, and that is the most important part of it. Only if you do this can your presentation be a successful one. So this point is very important. You should firstly understand who your audience is. For example, age group of your audience is also very important. In what particular age group do they fall? Are they children? Are they college goers? Are they mature people? Are they people who are doing jobs? Are they your colleagues? The people who are working with you in the office? Are they your superiors, seniors? Who is the particular age group to which you are going to talk to, right? And why are they there? Are they students and are they there to study? That can be an option. If yes, then of what age? The students of what age are they? Are they small children, maybe nursery goers? Are they the children studying in primary school or high school or college? So why are they there? Okay. So that can be a question. If not students, they might be professional. If not professional, they might be trainees, those who are taking training. If not even trainees, not professionals, they might be general audience who are there for just entertainment. So what is your goal? That is the next question. What is your goal? Why are you delivering the presentation? Is your particular goal is to give knowledge on a particular, throw light on a particular point? Is your goal to share your experience? Is your goal to entertain them? Is your goal to give them information on a point? What is your goal? What is your objective? You should always be clear about your goal. And only if you do, then you can always stick to your point. And only then there will be a cohesion, there will be a linking. All the things will be connected to each other. Next question, which is also very important, how long will it be? How long is your presentation going to be? Is it going to be for an hour? Are you given an hour to speak or deliver your presentation? Or is it going to be only of 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes? Sometimes at the time of delivery, right from the beginning, every presenter is told that you are given only 5 minutes or maybe 7 minutes. If that is the case, then you should speak accordingly, right? As we will understand the point more deeply, we will realize that while the presentation is divided into three basic parts, that is introduction, middle, and conclusion. Introduction should be given some time, the middle part should be given some amount of time, and the last part, that is conclusion, should be given some time. So in that way, the presentation should go. And if it does not go like that, then what happens is you will not be able to justify your point. Even if you begin very nicely, very stressfully, very interestingly, if you start, even if you discuss very well, but if you don't conclude because your time is up, you are not given time anymore, and you have to, all of a sudden, you have to end your presentation, then it is not a good presentation. Because a good presentation should always end with proper conclusion of your point. So you should always be prepared how much time you will be given, and accordingly you should prepare how you will be delivering your presentation. Okay, right? And then next important question that you should be asking yourself is, where will it take place? Where will it take place? What will be the place for presentation? This is also very important. And a good presenter takes an experience of going there, going to that place. He goes there and checks what are the various equipment available over there. For example, sometimes we require visual props. We need to show slides, some film clips, whether there is projector available over there. All these things we want to go and check well in advance. Because if we do this, we feel confident, which is very important. Confidence is the most important thing in presentation, because only if we are confident can we deliver our presentation properly. So where the presentation is going to take place, whether what is the infrastructure, whether it is proper or not, equipment, for example, overhead projector or LCD projector or computer, are all these things available at that place of presentation? How will I reach to that place? It is always safe to reach there 15 minutes prior to your presentation or half an hour prior to your presentation, because if you reach on time, you might feel nervous, and that nervousness will be reflected in your presentation. So it is safe, it is proper to be there well in advance, and that is why one should be clear in his mind how much time is it going to take to reach there. And to check whether all the devices that you need to use, for example, you are going to need shock board, but while you reach there, there is no board available over there. So you feel nervous, and any compromise, you should not consider compromise with your confidence. So for that, these questions should be asked to your own self in order to be clear about these important things: audience, then their needs, their necessities, your goal, the time that is allotted to you, and the place of your presentation. And if you ask yourself these questions, you will be clear about the most important, the most primary things of presentation. And once you are clear about these things, you will automatically find a way out for your presentation. Okay? So for today, we stop here, and for the next time, we will be meeting in the next class.